Not anymore. Oh god, I started recording after I said that. Oops. Hey everybody, we are back with part 2 of week 2 of Role-Playing Presents Stars Without Number with the crew of the Iron Ferret here. They are just coming in to land onto the Unified Space Republic 3, Homeworld 2, Qatarra.
Yeah, can our mascot's name be Pablo?
Why?
Okay.
It should totally be Pablo.
Okay, I'm just gonna write that down, and we're gonna leave it for now. Discuss ship mascot, and then I'll write down Pablo. We'll take care of that on the next jump.
Is it Pablo or Pablo? I thought it was Pablo.
Next jump.
Next jump.
You got me all distracted.
As you guys begin to approach a relatively Earth-shaped planet, about equivalent in size, you'll see some brown areas, you'll see some green areas, you'll see some blue areas as you begin to fly in. Qatarra, where are you going to tell them to land?
I'm going to tell him to land in one of the round,
There are a lot of sirens.
deserty, farmy looking areas.
Okay.
Like barely any trees. And I said, that's the area I'm from. I might know somebody there. How about say? And then I'm going to say this. How much do they know about my planet? Nothing? I'm going to say nothing?
If anybody who has the spacer skill is able to possibly know somebody who would have been here or know more about it, because spacer kind of gives you a broad knowledge of the entire quadrant, whereas culture, the actual planet, is the only other people who would really know anything about it.
Can I add wisdom to
All I
spacer?
know about it is that this is where I got my mercenary.
Yes, I'll allow you to add wisdom to spacer. And yeah, Khalil definitely... Oh, my sound is still back on that. Khalil, you definitely know that this is where you come to find yourself a hired hand. Spendrick, you got a 7. Okay, so what everyone... Well, okay, what basically everyone except for Kiva knows about this planet is it's a large... it's an Earth-sized planet made up of factions of different mercenary groups. You know that every so many years there is a competition to decide which faction will control the government for the following year, or for the following so many years. I think it should be every 5 years.
Alright.
Every 5 years, they hold the trials, and that determines who's going to govern the planet for the next 5 years. Other than that, you know what Qatarra has told you.
How are psychics viewed in this society?
How or what?
Go ahead.
Psychics.
Oh, is that something that's stated, or is that something I make up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say, psychics are they're kind of viewed as having they're cheaters. So, but I'd recommend, like, a little bit of, hey, you can move things, little things. Not a big deal, but, I wouldn't do anything real fancy.
Okay, then.
Especially nothing of the controlling people type. Don't control people type. That's bad.
Couldn't even if I wanted to.
Okay, well, you
Yeah.
know. Psychics
Yep.
and their reputations get around.
Yet. Okay.
I'm gonna assume, like, every once in a while we get, like, a little person who can move fireballs, and that's about it.
Gotcha. So, overall, psychics aren't super prevalent on the planet, and the ones that are there basically keep themselves in hiding because they don't want to be viewed as, the cheating warrior.
Or at least never really advanced far in their training because it's seen as faux pas.
Right.
And they focus more on the physical, like in this world. So the the mental aptitude, I'm gonna guess, that comes with being a psychic isn't really an emphasis.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know.
Are you from like a small town? Are you from like a city? Where are you landing them? What kind of area are you setting them down in? You said a desert, but we don't know.
Well, it looks kind of like a desert from the sky. It's mostly farmlands, like we'd be the Kansas and Oklahoma, the Great Plains of US of USR3. We do most of the agriculture. Our faction is called the Bronze Glades.
Bronze blades?
Bronze Glades.
Bronze
Glades, as in
Glade.
the Florida Glades?
Yes.
Okay.
Bronze Glades.
So you'll land at the headquarters for the Bronze Glades on the planet?
Exactly. We have a city, but it's not like a big, gigantic, horrid, structure. That's the capital.
Okay.
And
And is there a ship refueling station in Space, Kansas?
Yes.
there is a ship refueling station in Space, Kansas.
There is a port at the location that would handle anything from normal planet-to-planet on-planet traveling, as well as interstellar.
Okay.
This is also where most of the agriculture of the world is kind of happens.
So it takes us 24 hours to go from orbit to on the planet, right?
It takes you 24 hours. Okay, technically, whenever you guys jump into a sector, you're just jumping into that zone. It takes you 24 hours from where you jump into the sector to actually fly to the planet and land. So technically, that would have taken a day.
Okay.
I'm not fucking with that. If you guys are traveling from planet to planet, that'll take you a day in like the same sector. But I'm assuming that your jumps are at least somewhat precise enough to put you near the planet you're wanting to land on.
I would not assume that at all, but that's to your discretion.
I'm making that call. And there is one area where that is not necessarily a good thing, so it balances itself out just a little bit.
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
so you guys land.
Let's get some food.
You guys land at the headquarters to the Bronze Glades. It's a small city, we'll call it. Not like a big one, but a small one. Before you guys all get off the ship, does the captain have any words or anything he'd like to cover with you before he lets you loose onto this planet?
Kiva, for the love of God, don't
Hey, Captain.
steal shit.
I was about to say,
Alright.
I'm going to add that this is mostly a military society, so everything is, like, all the streets and stuff are kind of laid out on straight lines, and there's a strict structure of rules. I'm going to say, like, if you see a sign saying do something, do not do the opposite. I'm just going to throw that out there. If you see a sign that says walk on this side of the street, or this is a turn lane, for example, turn. Don't
Alright.
be like the drivers here.
Alright, Captain, I promise. I lost my accent. Alright, Captain, I promise I'll do my best. I won't steal a thing. Probably.
Okay.
Clearly.
I would hate to dishonor Qatarra's already her reputation that she hasn't even built for herself yet.
I was about to say, my reputation in this area is pretty much phenomenal. I'm one of the contenders for going into the competitions, okay? Pretty awesome.
So don't fuck that up for her.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll do my best.
I'm gonna add that everyone is military trained here, so everyone.
So it's like Switzerland where everyone goes through a certain military service?
Or Israel or Sparta.
Right. Military service required.
Sparta.
But yes.
Or Sparta, just casually, just throw it in there.
Okay. So, what all do you guys want to do on the planet? Individually, as groups?
Pause for the cause.
Pausing for the cause.
Christina has a rabbit.
Christina does have a rabbit.
I do.
Why has nobody said anything about her rabbit?
Well,
I did.
because
I said it looked frightened.
it's a rabbit.
It does.
I
It's
didn't-
never been inside my house before.
You can see in the eyes, there's just dread.
Yeah, they're just super wide. But its ears are up, which is a good sign.
That's because the bunny knows that it's only there to be consumed.
No.
So just one day you're gonna be
Your favorite.
food.
These
Your
I'm
favorite, 'cause
trying
you
to
can litter
sell
box
for
train the
pets.
bunnies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can litter box train the bunnies.
Yeah,
They
these
can be
little
litter
ones
box
I'm
trained.
trying to sell for pets because they're so small. I mean, this thing is 6 weeks old, okay? And I've got some babies that are 2 weeks that are literally half this size almost.
Jeez.
Yeah, these are
They grow up
not
so
meat
quickly.
rabbits. They do.
Not
They only
yet.
live about 5 years. 11 if you get them spayed.
Anyway,
Okay,
So
so
what all do we
I'm gonna
wanna
head
do?
off and look for some.
while the captain is doing things, I would like to go find either a public computer terminal or a library.
Are either of those things available to non-locals, Qatarra?
There is computer terminals, but keep in mind it's a limited military type society, especially in
I'm
this
okay with
area.
limited.
Okay, especially in
Let
this
the record
area.
state that everybody has 160 credits from our mission.
I
by the
know,
way.
I
200.
hate to know that.
Okay, so you're saying that you hold on to wealth until you land on a planet and send them out, and then you give everybody their own ship with what they've been earned from the last several missions?
No, I just realized it that people might need money right now, and then I just
okay.
remembered that I had the money. Still.
Okay, I gotcha.
Should we get
That works.
800 for finishing that? Shouldn't we get 200 apiece?
Right. I separated it into fives and put a fifth of it in the
Group
ship
funding.
account.
That's fine. Ship funding.
I'm gonna say they have both of those, but the computer is very limited and very, very monitored. We don't need any of those fancy schmancy otherworldly ideas getting around, Especially since this area is kind of, I'm not saying it's devoted to agriculture, but it's the food area.
Right. Okay.
That's how I know what the farmers look like.
Okay, so Steven's headed to find a comm terminal in town. Would you like to take Qatarra with you so she can show you where one is because they're sparse? Or are you just gonna look?
I'll follow her around. If she's going in the general direction of one.
Oh,
To get lost in such a large and medieval-looking city.
it's not medieval looking. It's just not big.
I'm
Or-
from College Planet.
Oh yeah, never mind then.
This isn't medieval. You haven't seen medieval till you've been to my planet. We don't even have pavement.
We're just very, very uniform. Let's put it this way.
We throw
In
our
Soviet
poo in the
Russia.
streets, guys.
Yeah. Sad but true. Captain, what were you doing? Sorry.
Texting.
I'm just gonna work on
Facebooking.
resupplying the ship.
So you're gonna take care of the ship resupply?
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
then-
you don't even really have to
yeah.
leave the port.
Yeah, I'm basically chilling, making sure we got all our shit. It's basically we're just here to refuel and reload our food stuffs.
Okay, and you were trying to get a good deal on that, so Qatarra is gonna need to talk to a higher up than her about discounting it, or are you just gonna talk to the guy at the?
I was gonna talk to the guy that I hired her from, or basically her CO or whatever.
Okay. No, I mean you landed basically like
Yeah.
when you land. There's the station where all the ships are parked, and then there's like the bar that's part of that same area, and in there they have let's not call it a bar. Let's call it more like a mall. It'll have food, drinks, and it'll have different merc groups that offer people up, kind of a thing.
Yes.
And I would assume that this location specifically only really has Bronze Glades mercs available.
That would make
Yeah, I'd
sense.
assume
to
there's
me.
like one or two, but trying to get their nose in. I'd assume, just like how right next to the Army Recruiter you have the Marines.
Right. There would probably be one for each of the 2 towns nearest to you.
Exactly.
Right. So there's 3 different merc groups in there, but that wouldn't be the person in charge of the ship costs and the refueling. That would be handled at the port.
So basically, I need to talk to like a quartermaster, or
Yeah, and if you were trying to get a discount using Qatarra's fame, she should probably be there with you.
All right, I'll show Steven to the computer, like the nearest.
How about this? What we'll do?
Cafe.
Okay, one sec. So we're gonna, as Qatarra and Khalil, and actually, let me find out what's happening with Kiva first. Kiva, what are you doing?
Well, I'm not allowed to steal anything. So.
I suggested that you don't steal anything. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Since I'm not allowed to steal anything, I don't know. I mean, basically, I really am needing to learn more about that thing. So I want to go to maybe like a library or something like that.
She had the same idea that I did.
Okay, so why don't you two both head in the same direction of a... What would a military library...
We're going to call it a library.
Okay, so it's like the military library for the planet, right? Or for it's for the city.
Yeah, for the area, yeah. There's only like 2.
So those 2 are headed off towards the library. You kind of tell them where it is. They pull it up on their compad. That's not a problem. While you 2 initially deal with the Port Authority and that kind of stuff. Is everyone agreed on that?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
So, as you guys all begin to walk down the ship, you walk out, and on a large billboard on the side of the spaceport, over by one of the inns, you will see a grouping of about 15 contestants, and one of those contestants' faces looks somewhat similar to a crewman that you guys know.
No way.
And as you walk off the ship, there's an old man is about walking up. He's still pretty well built, but he's got a short gray crew cut. And he'll walk up to the ship as you guys are coming down, and he'll be like, "Well, how can I help you here today?" Wait a minute. Do I know you? Ma'am, do I know you?
I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to stand up real straight and be like, yes, sir.
Who are... You're one of them. You're competing?
Then I'm working towards it.
I remember back...
I said I'm working towards it. I still have to make it back from... I still have to make it back first.
Oh. I was thinking you were here a little early. It doesn't happen until, beginning of next year. Well...
I was going to say, no, we just need some supplies.
Oh, well, you're in the right place. I got all kinds of supplies. You guys probably need, fuel, food, maybe a little entertainment? I don't know why this got
Do you
hit.
have a pool table? Or do you have a pinball table?
You're not there, Steve.
Oh. I don't know what kind of check to roll to see if there's a pinball table. Give me a luck check with a plus. Just give me a luck check. And I'm going to give you a bonus in my own head to tell you whether or not you actually fail.
Steven?
Yeah, Smendrick.
Yeah.
He's going to look at you and he'll be like, pinball table? Are you talking one of those life-size ones where you get to hold the bat on the inside and you get to swing it at the ball as it comes by? Because there's one of those inside. There's one of those in the mall, but I don't know how you're going to try and put it on your ship.
No, I was hoping for one of those portable ones.
Oh no, why would you bother with one of those portable ones? All you gotta do is click the little button? That's not hard. Anybody can do that. A real warrior plays with a bat and a giant steel ball bearing.
And I'm just gonna kind of nod like this guy knows what's up.
Schmendrick, don't you have things you need to do?
Yes. Now I'll trudge away.
Okay, so they walk her off. So it's just Khalil and Qatarra standing there now, and he'll look at her. He'll look over at Qatarra and be like, "Who'd want one of them portable ones?"
I'm just gonna shrug, be like, these people are, the off-worlders are crazy.
So, well, contender, are you the captain here? Are you the one I need to be dealing with for purchasing of said equipments?
I'm gonna say, I'm like, no, sir. I'm not here for the finances. I'm here for the training. That's all I'm on this boat for. I'm keeping them safe and sharpening my skills while I'm at it.
That's noble. That's noble. I did that for a little while. I met this guy. His name was Stinky. Well, okay, we called him Stinky, and he will start ranting like about his life for like as long as you'll let him go. Do you let him talk, or do either of you want to cut him off? Is Colin
I'm
even
gonna
listening?
nudge Colin because I'm, the rank structure here. Like I can't.
Yeah, you can't really.
I'm stuck.
I'm gonna let him talk for approximately.
As he rolls a number to decide how many minutes.
4 minutes, and then I'm going to as politely as I can cut him off. What was his name?
You actually haven't gotten his nickname or his name yet. Stinky was his friend though, and he'll be in the middle, Stinky. Oh, you know what's funny is we called him Stinky, and he wasn't even that smelly. He always shouted every day.
What was your name again?
Oh, they call me Surge.
Surge, I'd love to stay and continue this conversation, but we really, really need these supplies.
Yeah. Well, standard price is going to be $20 a unit for food and $100 a unit for fuel.
I'm gonna ask him, but
Or credits.
Serge, you know what it's like out there in the wilds. We haven't done much business yet. Is there any way we can get a little special, and I'll do you a favor when we get back? I'll put in a good word for you when I get back, and
Well, doing me a
I'll
favor.
get back to compete.
Doing me a favor when you come back isn't anywhere near as good to me as doing me a favor now.
What kind of favor?
Well, you see, I got that giant billboard over there, and if you look real closely, you can see that a few of them have signed their locations, and I'm giving that away here in a year, and I figure it's got way more value if I have every contender's signature on there to go with it.
How big is this billboard? And is it like side of a building, or is it like?
There are 15 rectangles, 3 rows of 5.
Mm.
Each one is like, your image is like 5 to 7 feet tall by like 4 feet wide.
Okay.
With your name at the bottom and your like crest at the top above you. Or whatever the Bronze Glades like emblem would be. Yeah, your seal.
How the shit do I sign that?
Oh.
Apparently people have, but
Yeah. If you, as he like talks to you about it, you guys can start walking towards it if you'd like. And he's got a big ladder set up over there. One of the ones where you roll it to a position, you can lock it down. And on that ladder, he's got a giant paint bucket, or a paint bucket with like a large art brush. So the tip actually is like a normal paintbrush tip, but it's that big around.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'd be willing to give you guys a 25% discount if you are so inclined to sign your portrait.
I'm gonna write my name on that thing. I'll be like, oh, that's not a problem, sir. And I can guarantee you, I can guarantee you, I will be off world for a little bit. So you're gonna be one of the very few people with this signature.
Oh, that makes it just a little sweeter. Well, get to it. I will start filling you guys up. We will work on tallying those costs. Are you taking care of that, Colin? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, how many rations can we hold?
You can hold up to 84 person days.
Okay, so that's our max.
That's your max.
So 84 person days at
15 credits a pop,
15.
plus 150 for fuel.
Yeah. Plus 150. Okay. Why'd I close my calculator? I don't like games that require a calculator.
84 times 15 plus 150, you owe 1,410 credits.
We don't have 1,410 credits.
How many
You
credits?
get a 25 discount percent?
That was 25% discount.
Oh, shit.
How many credits you got?
Well, in the ship's kitty, we have 160. In mine, I have 160.
And mine also.
Or I have 200.
And mine I also have 200.
You also have a 500 cred stick from Camilla,
Oh, yeah.
if you so choose to use it here.
We need that,
That's
don't
a
we?
cough, we need food.
Didn't we?
Oh.
Isn't that for our
Oh,
current?
Yeah.
We can mandate that everyone pay into it since we had to use it to buy food.
Do you guys total have that much money in general?
No,
No.
I don't think
Okay,
so.
so
We lost Christina. Christina, are you still alive? Or are you just turning your video off?
She just turned her video off.
she's probably doing something with food. She was talking about baking a cake earlier today.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so
a bunny peed on me. I had to change my shirt.
I gotcha.
Also fair.
So what if you didn't entirely? How many credits do you guys have? That's becomes the next question, because you definitely still broke in this world. What is
Very broke.
What is
The mission didn't pay
Pretty
shit.
sure we just had the 800 that we got for the reward, plus the 500 from the credits that we had spend.
And then the
80
whatever anyone had
personal.
left from.
Before.
Okay, well you only technically need 7 days rations times 4 to get to your next location, assuming that you don't fuck up, right? So if we
True.
did 14 times 15, that's not times. 14 times 15 plus 150, that's only 360 credits, and that'll give you 2 weeks worth of rations. If I did
And
that.
we also need probably 2 jumps worth of fuel.
Right, that's what the 150 is. That's 360 credits to do 14 days worth of rations and both fuel spikes. You can afford that though, right? 360 credits?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was
so,
it? What was the total?
360,
Yeah.
and that'll give you 14
360.
days and 2 fuel spikes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do any
Okay.
more than that, or is that good? Because that seems about where you guys are at.
That's all. That's if I pay it all from my pocket, that's all of my money plus all of the ship's money. So
Okay, so that's exactly basically where you're at. Okay, so we got that written down. He'll talk to you about that, and you guys will get that worked out. Where do you head after he says he's got you covered and he starts hooking things up to the ship to start refilling?
I'm gonna go talk to the games head from my faction.
Okay, so you're gonna go talk to your leader.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want that to be a private conversation or a public one?
I just need to. It's more of like I need to check in while I'm on post, and then if I'm there, I need to let him know I'm there. If I'm not,
Okay,
whatever.
so you're just checking in with command, so that's where you're headed off to. Khalil, what are you doing while that gets taken care of? And then I'm gonna jump over to the other two that are headed to the library.
I'm basically just walking around the ship, seeing how much stuff they fucked up while we were in jump space.
Okay, so you're taking an assessment of what actually has happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't look at the sweater I started knitting, even though you told me not to. It's fine.
Did that really happen?
No.
Okay. Anyway, so we jump over as Schmendrick and Kiva are walking up to the library.
Oh, what a beautiful day it is.
It's a... Oh, no, I'm just... let me describe the scheme for a second, then you guys take over. One sec. Anyway, so the library is like a large-ish metal siding building, question mark, or is it going to be stone? Are your buildings stone, or your buildings more like barracks?
Oh, they're brick.
They're brick?
Probably tan brick, maybe red brick, depending on what the dirt was. You know,
Okay.
pretty efficient.
So made from the stuff that's there.
Yeah. But sturdy and uniform.
Okay. So you walk up to a fairly, like, ornately looking brick building with 4 brick columns in the front and a small set of stairs. And you will walk in to a nice wooden reception desk. Behind it, there is a couple sections worth of computers set up, and then off to the sides, you guys will see a large, like, physical library made up of a compad-esque device. Each book is actually, like, self-contained on its own small pad, and then they're stored on the shelves as if they were paperbacks.
I probably shouldn't need to mention that. They're mostly like military logic,
Right.
stuff like that. Logistics, tactics, books.
Right. So,
Strategic surveys.
you guys are in the library. What are you guys going to do?
Are there? You got distracted.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're dealing with other plans. I was supposed to be listening to you talk.
I need some headphones that glow.
I know, right? I need to get some headphones that I can leave my room with, you know, at least not be tethered to my computer.
I have like a wireless headset, but it doesn't have a mic.
Yeah,
So like I can go, but then I can't talk.
I need one of those with a mic. I'm not going to get one though, just because I don't have money right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stick with my budget that I've made.
Their budget's out the window this month for me. I bought new phones.
Okay, I apologize for that. What are you guys doing in the library? Go. What was the question? I missed it.
Are there any other terminals that are like facing away from people, like in a corner? Or...
Yeah, you could find a terminal that's kind of secluded from the rest. You find like the back left corner one that's...
I would like to go to the... I forgot the word I was going to use, but the shady person-looking terminal.
Okay. You go to the sketchy terminal.
I was about to say, I feel like they need to mention that there ain't no Bradley Mannings on USR 3. It's all heavily monitored. Bradley Manning, WikiLeaks dude?
Oh.
She's actually like Chelsea now and all of 3.5 feet tall.
I'd like to do a broad, like, type of overview to see how intricate the security system is.
Okay, give me a computer check.
Nothing invasive so much as just testing.
Right. It's actually a fairly secure system. You think you can manage to dig some of the stuff out of it?
I'd like to access the deep web, and I would like to do a search for Deacon Prime.
Okay. I want another computer's roll. Well, it works out. You find a single file on their system for Deacon Prime. It is declassified, and on the front of like the folder, it literally says declassified. You double click on it, and it opens up, and basically, where's it at? Give me 2 seconds. 2 seconds. There it is. It'll be like a field report. It'll be like this date, 3197, Deacon Prime exploration. Planet appears to be inhabited by a caveman-like creature as well as small animal-like creatures. Some larger, mostly scaly lizard-like.
Why are we looking for the same planet?
Because it was a point of interest.
Because he's nosy in general.
Well, okay, I was just making sure because, like, when I was talking to the guy, it was in Gaelic.
It was in common, as far as I remember, but I don't know. Was it supposed to be?
No,
in
they were
Gaelic?
speaking Gaelic.
It
the
was in
entire
Gaelic
time.
the whole time.
Okay.
So I just
No,
thought
we were
maybe
all
I'd
there.
missed something.
When we were all there, it was in common. When you two were talking like alone with only Alyssa there, it was in Gaelic.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
when I thought he told me to go somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Deacon Prime. The thing is, I can't remember where it was.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure at some point my character was told something about
But
Deacon
Deacon
Prime.
Prime. Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna have to watch the VOD and figure out where it was.
Anyway, but that's basically all the file contains. It contains like a short description of the inhabitants, the creatures on the planet, and the fact that it is literally like mud houses with leaves on the roof. But that is as of approximately 2 and some years ago. Was the last time it was visited by anyone that matters.
I would also like to do a search for the major corporation from Bonganula, whatever its name was. What was its name?
The Frontier Institute. Nine. The only thing that they have on that planet here is it does show a shipping record with them to purchase MES meds for the psychics on the planet. They actually don't have that many contacts with them otherwise.
Okay.
Kiva, is there anything you'd like to do in the library?
Yes, I want to go up and talk to like one of the librarians or desk clerks or whatever and find out where they keep their statistical surveys or tactical surveys for planets with pre-tech.
Okay, so you want like science and stuff? You'll walk up to the counter and you'll run into this old lady wearing this kind of like yellow floral dress. She's a little bit of an older lady herself. And she's like, yes, child, how can I help you?
Why, hello there, madam. I was wondering if you could point me in the direction of a survey or two. I'm looking for information on planets that are heavy in pre-tech.
Well, are we talking pre-tech pre-scream? Or are we talking pre-tech now? Or are we talking, like, just overall?
Basically, pre-scream technology, so what we would consider pre-tech now.
Right, of course.
That is what I'm looking for.
Well, that's not super heavily logged. I can take you and show you a couple things.
That would be great. I'm doing a wee bit of research for a paper, and I'm trying to find out what planets might have the most known concentration of pre-tech.
Okay, well, let's just go down here, and she will lead you along like a long corridor, up a flight of stairs, around two corners, and eventually you will make it to like a drafting table. Okay.
I love a wee bit of drafting.
That shows up on stream. You guys have to remember that.
I know.
The downside to me being the GM. Anyway, okay, I'll type something in there here in a minute for you. Anyway, you walk up to a drafting table, and she puts her thumb on this little thumb pad, and it registers, and it pops up a like three-dimensional map of your sector map, and she will type in a couple small commands on it, and the only planets that will still be lit will be Tannen in Sector 2, Kongshi in Sector 9, Regal Star Station will still be lit, Farasto will still be lit, Mahara will still be lit, Tamiko will still be lit, Terra Nova Station will be lit, Litten Gomel, Kupal Hemlig, Bongo Nula, Institute's Rebirth, Kremlin Station, and Kiro Bankai. And also in Sector Sector 409, there will be a planet illuminated that you don't actually have a listed name for.
My goodness, there's a lot of planets on this list.
Well, ma'am, I did the search the best I could. I can't search like straight pre-tech, but I did search for the highest tech stations and planets in our quadrant to give you a kind of like a starter place to go. If you'd like, you can refine the search from that point forward to try and give you a couple better guesses. But this is as of the beginning of this year. We recently just updated, and well, other than the great missing planet, it's pretty up to date.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate all your help.
Oh, not a problem. And she will wander off and leave you with the drafting table hologram up.
Okay, so looking at it, since I'm not like a big tech whiz type person,
Right.
Is there anything obvious about like filters that I could choose? Like,
She only selected everything that was tech level 4 or greater.
currently.
Currently. You could change the search to where it was previous, so you would be doing 100 years. There's a tab that every 100 years this system is updated. So you could go back to right before the Scream and know more about certain areas, or you could stay in the same area. You can look at, basically text and stuff. Yeah. What do you want to regulate?
What I want to try and filter out is which of these particular planets was, like which couple or 3 or 4, whatever, were the highest tech level pre-Scream.
Pre-Scream?
Yes.
Okay. You basically you click back the one knob twice, and it takes you back to 2900, the year 2900, and there are only 4 planets lit up. The random planet in 409 is lit up.
Okay.
Tannin in 002 is lit up.
Okay.
Kongshi in 009 is lit up, and Deacon Prime is lit up.
Okay, so Deacon Prime, Tannin, Kunshi, and the secret planet. Alright. That is what I need to know. And then other than that, I just want to look up some vodka recipes.
You find the liquor making section, the how-to section, and you'll look through it, and you can actually download a still design onto your compad that gives you a list of parts to actually be able to make like a legit still.
I want to do that.
Okay, so during the break we can work on the list of parts and things you might need, because we're getting close to that. Anyway, also, a note, would you mind giving me a perception check, Kiva?
Let's see. Perception. And, okay, how do I know... Do I always use intelligence? Is that because I'm a researcher?
You use intelligence for things that you would use intelligence for. If you're lifting something, you use strength. If you're dodging something, you use dex.
Okay.
If you're trying to recall something, it's wisdom. It just depends.
So perception would be...
This I'm going to give you intelligence on, yeah. Okay. You will note whenever you were scrolling back, whenever you click back the first 100 years, Deacon Prime was still dark. When you click the second one, it lit up.
Oh.
So since the Scream, Deacon Prime is no longer considered to be a high-tech level planet. You don't know why, you don't know what, you don't know when, but you do know that something happened during the year of the Scream that seems to have dropped Deacon Prime's...
It sounds like Firefly.
If it is, I don't know, because I don't watch Firefly.
You should.
I know I should, but I've had trouble with it because I just don't sit down and watch it. Anyway, so that's something else you gain from your time sitting at the compad. Smendrick. We should take care of that entirely in private, correct?
Sure.
Okay. We will do that later, and I will just remember it. Okay, so you guys have gathered your information. It's been a little while. The ship is pretty close to be, or the ship should be refueled by now. Can I get a... Colin, give me a skill check for what you examine about your ship. What kind of skill do you want to use? That's the question, I guess.
Well, basically everything I have will be at a -1, I would assume.
Aeronautics.
Yeah, space aeronautics, vehicle space would give you a chance at, knowing more about that kind of vehicle to know what's screwed up.
I'll use vehicle space.
Okay.
I have a 0 in that.
Hey,
I'll use vehicle space.
that's better than nothing.
I got a 10.
Okay, so the comms that the wires were cut and dropped out of, it isn't actual permanent, it's not like major damage, but instead of having like a 10 comm channel range, it's down to 3. So if you guys exceed more than 3 calls coming into the ship at once, you will literally just have people cut off that'll never get a chance to, get in. So just FYI on that.
Is that like people contacting us directly, or like our relay for whenever we store messages coming in?
It's more like if you were being contacted by Camilla as well as 2 other people you knew, that would eat up all of your comms coming in. So during that, you wouldn't receive emails, you wouldn't receive calls, you wouldn't receive anything.
Okay.
And then as far as the ducts and ship parts that are messed up and repaired from the still, everything seems to be in functioning order, but you really should work on getting someone in there to re-weld the joints and get everything back in appropriate order and not held together with different forms of tape and wire.
Space duct tape.
It's not detrimental to the ship functioning at this point, but a bad shot to that area could cause a lot more damage because your pipes aren't secured properly.
Noted.
Okay. That's what you'll know about the ship. And was there anything else anyone would like to do?
What about the table is knocked over? Is it hurt?
No, it's just leaned against the wall.
What's I didn't throw things. That wasn't really a tantrum. I just needed to.
She made a space to work out. There's like a stack of tables on the one wall with like part of a mesh netting holding them all up against the wall.
It's only part because somebody stole half of it to knit.
Yeah. There's a couple straps missing out of it, who knows. Anyway, okay. Was there anything else anyone wanted to do on the planet? Or are we ready to reload up and jump on to our next sector?
Now, how much credit did I have?
You got 160 from the last job.
60.
Yeah. So whatever you had from left over from our first buying stuff, plus 160.
Okay, but not a 500 credit thing that you were talking about earlier?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
Does everybody
totally
know
lost all
about
my
that, or is
notes.
that just
No.
between me and
Actually,
Steve?
no one knows about it except for you. I don't.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure because I lost my notes and.
He delivered the package on his own, didn't he? Because he's the only one who saw the glow out of the box, too.
Actually,
Guys,
no, I do know about it also. It was mentioned in the private conference.
I got you.
Yeah, Steven knows about it.
Quit being
I just
meta.
don't really
If you don't
care
know
about
it, you don't know
So I
it.
heard it was for.
I know it's hard, but if you don't know it, you don't know it. Okay, anyway.
That's the reason I'm trying not to pay attention to the other parts that don't involve me. I'm
Right.
actually
Trust me, if we need you, I will holler at you. If,
but it's only kind of half paying attention because
Right.
otherwise I get myself into trouble.
I eventually send a message out to everyone. Has a compad, right?
Yeah. Actually, you
Yeah.
guys have the ability to kind of comms with each other.
Right. I just kind of send a message out to ping everybody's thing, like wheels up in 10 minutes, basically.
Get the fuck back to the ship. You pricks. No. Okay, so all of you guys get a ping on your compad, and it pops up in the space chat, and Captain leaves you that message. Qatarra, you get that message right after you finish talking to your head, and he has given you 2 training manuals and basically a wooden sword. I don't know what they're called, but
Like a practice sword?
like a practice sword. And the 2 books that he gives you are specific training for that weapon, because he knows that the broadsword is a event in the Olympics, or in the Unified Space Trials.
Hmm.
Broadsword is one of those events that he expects you to be able to compete in.
Alright.
Make note of that. And he gives you a couple training manuals to give you some place to begin learning how to do that.
Yeah.
You guys are probably headed back from the library, unless there was someplace else you wanted to stop whenever that ping comes in.
No, it's fine.
So everyone heads back to the ship?
Unless there's an ice cream parlor like right next to the library, like there always is.
Give me a luck.
Like there always is.
Give me a luck check.
Always.
Keep closing my character thing.
You should pop it out so you just have it. There is not an ice cream shop,
Ah,
but there is a really, really shitty gift shop.
I'll pass.
Okay.
Are there any plant nurseries on the way?
Plant nurseries?
Yes.
You would probably walk by some form of agricultural store. I don't know that I would call it a plant farm.
Basically, I'm looking for a tiny potted fruit tree / shrub.
Okay.
It was a shrubbery.
Give me a luck check.
Yes.
And what plant, like specifically, if you could pick anything in the world, what would you pick? What's your plant? What's your shrub? What's your fruit?
I want a plum tree.
You want a plum tree. Okay. Give me
Wait,
a luck.
nope. I
Oh,
want a tiny cherry tree.
tiny cherry tree.
Yes.
Tiny cherry tree. Final answer?
Tiny cherry tree is my final answer.
Luck
The
check.
question is
Or luck save, I mean.
luck. I have it somewhere.
Let's roll a
Luck
d20.
save.
The advantage to making her roll the save is I actually know what the number she's shooting for is. He will tell you that he doesn't have a cherry tree and he doesn't have a plum tree, but he does have a lemon tree.
I will. What? How much is it?
Well, it's a young lemon tree. We haven't grown more than a season. It's very young. I could probably do away with it for, say, 25 credits.
So it's going to be
Like-
at least 2 more years before it actually starts bearing fruit.
Yes, like you say, it's very young, and in fact, there will be a delay before it bears fruit. So,
Well, if you're
Maybe
after
25.
one, if you're after a small one ready to bear fruit, we do have the dwarf lemon trees, and one of those would run you, say, 75 credits for a one that will fruit as of this year.
Yeah, but then you have to eat dwarf lemons.
exactly.
The lemons
What if
are
they
the
turn you
same
into a
size
dwarf?
as a normal lemon. The tree is only going to ever get 5 feet tall.
Fine. Do you have any plums?
Like plums as in just the fruit?
Just the fruit.
No. Why would we have plums here? We're warriors. Warriors don't eat plums.
You people sicken
You
me.
need to leave this
I say
planet.
as I've lost my Irish accent and I just follow Schmendrick out.
I actually have to rotate that and write that down right here.
Warriors eat
Warriors
plums?
don't eat plums.
You're all sick.
Okay.
Warriors on my planet eat plums.
So, are you going to buy the dwarf lemon tree or not?
No.
Okay.
Sick people. I can't be here anymore.
Anyway, hey, and that's pretty much break. So as you guys all load up on the ship, I would like to think that like Khalil is standing in the cargo bay, and that's the back hatch that lowers down to let you guys board whenever you're on planet. And as you guys all walk up it, he's kind of got his hand on his head, and he's like heavy sighing, and the 3 of you begin to walk up, and he looks up at you, and then we just kind of fade into darkness as we go into our second break of the evening, leading into our final hour. We will be back here in 5 minutes. Thank you guys for waiting and hanging out. I think I've said everything of real importance. We're going to break now.
We need
Where's the
to
button?
fucking fight something fast.
Okay, you guys are clear. I am not. Well, the only reason you guys didn't do combat... Oh, wait, I'm still live. Maggie, I gotta mute myself. I'm I hope that's not too loud for you guys. If it is, sorry. Who likes my ambient space noise? Oh, that was what I was supposed to be doing. Okay. We can discuss that after. That's fine. I'm just trying to get my phone to work so I can text my parents for my brother.